Hi, welcome to my channel. This is Engelgeist. My name is Dan, and that is my dog coughing in the background. And this is my dog sleeping on the floor. He's gonna be famous, that dog. Look at him, just gorgeous. Laying there like a big fat sausage, just like his father. Anyways, welcome to my channel. My name is Dan, and this is my first round of Taroscopes that I'm doing for the month of August 2019. This is the video for Virgo, the Virgin, like any of you all are virgins, please. Anyways, so if you have a sun, moon, or rising in Virgo, or if any love comes up, then if your Venus is in Virgo, then that would apply here too, but not always does love come up. So we're just, gonna see what comes out in the cards. And so for those with sun, moon, and rising in Virgo, this is your August 2019 predictive for the month. It's a general reading, so take what you like and leave the rest. And if it doesn't resonate, certainly find another reader out there on YouTube. There are so many good ones. If you need suggestions, I can certainly give them to you. Just comment in the comments below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Talk about how cute my fat little sausage dog is laying on the side of the table. Whatever you need to do. But I am going to shuffle the cards for the virgins of the group. All you pure little vixens. And let's see what the month of August has in store for Virgos. Okay. Spirit, please give me the cards for Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. And possibly Venus. Oh, you're getting up. Did somebody wake you? Snuffly guffly. What are you doing? Oops, I should pay attention, not the dog. Okay, that I am. What's going on? Virgo, what's going on? Feels like some false starts this month. The energy was feeling really good in the shuffles. Feels like stuff will get accomplished, but there might be a couple of false starts. Those where the cards didn't come together. A little bit of resistance, but not too much. I don't know, it kind of feels like business as usual for you guys. You know, my feeling is, or where my intuition, what I feel like I'm hearing from my guides is that, you guys are earth signs, you make it happen even if you have to face adversity, you don't have a problem with that. But there might be some false starts, like some things that you might begin and not quite finish or get off the ground the month of August. Let me see. Okay, so the first card represents sort of where you're at throughout the month of August. It kind of represents sort of how you're gonna be most of August. Oh, my dog's out of here. He must not like Virgos. He's actually a Cancer, so he's he's a little bit what's the word? Mood swingy, anyways, at best. Okay, so this card represents kind of where you're going to be at most of the month of August. So this is the Six of Wands, which is the Trust card. Let me bring it up here so you guys can see it. I really like this card. Wands is the spiritual suit of the deck. So trust is a definite spiritual trait that we need to sort of hone in on and master. Every sign could use a little bit of mastery around trust, but I feel like there's going to be opportunities, or we're going to be required to trust a lot. Trust in ourselves, trust in our friends, trust in our families, trust in what is going on in our world. I'm not exactly sure. Let me just, one moment. I don't necessarily feel like anything is wrong per se, but something doesn't feel like something is off with this card. Like I feel like somewhere in our gut The Virgos know that like something isn't quite the way it should be or needs to be. And so you need to sort of trust yourself and trust the sort of environment or the people around you that it's either going to right itself or rectify itself in the month of August. Does that make sense? If not, you're going to have to do something about it or change it yourself. But you're going to try and allow for whatever it is that's going on around you that you know to sort of not be appropriate to go on, hopefully to fix itself. If it doesn't, you're gonna have to step in, is what I'm feeling. That's what I'm picking up. Okay, so the next card is sort of where the potential for what this has, like what this month has for you. This is the penultimate like outcome. This is like what we are shooting for this month, if possible. This is the foundation or kind of what everything's built on, or where the goal is heading, or where we could potentially head in the month of August. And this is the Chariot, which is a beautiful card. I believe this is Major Arcana, and I believe this card is associated with Cancer, I think. I'm pretty sure. Anyways, this card is all about sort of moving on, getting, like, having direction, making things happen. And like I said earlier, Virgos being earth signs, you guys are pretty productive in the material world. You're able to get things done. This trust card says to me, though, that you're not going to necessarily be, it feels like your hands are tied a little bit here. Like you're trying to trust someone else, trust a situation, trust something that's going on that you kind of intrinsically know isn't right or doesn't feel right. This Chariot card says to me that the outcome or the potential like utmost outcome could be that you are moving on to different things, that you remove yourself from these situations, that maybe you trust yourself enough to sort of move forward and go towards your goals, whatever they may be. There's a swiftness and a speed with which you could have this month if you really kind of up your game and go for it. If you were to achieve this, it could really like catapult you. I mean, the planet Jupiter's there, there's luck, there's the like eye of the hawk. It's like kind of really paying attention, taking in your intuition, taking in all the signs and really moving yourself forward if you choose to do that. You could potentially have that. Now, this next card is the Spirit card or the Soul card. It tells me a bit about where your spirit or your soul is at and what it's doing. So this is the Five of Worlds, and this is the setback card. This card to me says that like your soul, honestly, Virgos, what the fuck just happened to you all? I have a feeling, okay, I'm going to back up here because this card is telling me now that this trust card says that something happened probably in the month of June or July that you are still sort of recovering from. And that's what this trust is about, and that's what this setback is about. This feels like your world is shifting. Your world is needing to change. You know it. You're supposed to change it. If you don't, it sort of feels like your spirit is working on it in the background. The reason why I say this is because we've got all of these planets here. It's like where we define ourselves in our world is about to shift. And it needs to shift. That's this Chariot here. That's this trust card here. Do we trust ourselves? Do we trust our spirits? Do we trust the choices we need to make to move ourselves forward? And this is the fast-moving nature of this Chariot scary to us. This Chariot card, right, is the amount of change that needs to take place scary to us, because I feel like this setback card says to me that the Virgos that will be watching this video have been through it a little bit recently, and change needs to take place. We need to move forward, and you want to move forward, but it's going to require your trust. It's going to require you believing that you can do it, if that makes sense. Your spirit is working on these setbacks and working on repositioning you into a place where you can move forward and feel as though you can, and you need to trust that. The next two cards are what I consider the outside influences. These are things that are kind of like around you or sort of happening to influence the situation. So this is the Tower. Shit. This came up for one of the other signs too, but it came up in their spirit space, so it was more spirit driven. This says to me, what is that glare? Is that the light? Sorry, guys, about the glare on the cards. The Tower is always the representation of something that we thought was stable sort of falling apart. But the good thing about the Tower is that when it does fall apart, new things can come into play there. Now, this to me, being an outside influence, is never really a safe thing. This showing up in a previous sign's reading in their spirit space said to me that their spirit wants this thing dismantled. So actually, the adversity that they're facing in the Tower card is actually spiritually manifested. Your spirit here is actually trying to sort of fix yourself from previous tower-like experiences or previous setbacks, right? And reposition you into a place that is better. I understand why you're going to be in this place of trust most of the month of August, because if this Tower is an outside influence, it says to me that something that you thought was kind of permanent or that you thought was sort of not going to ever change is about to change. I don't necessarily think that it necessarily has to be a bad change, though. For me, when I read the tarot, I think that Tower and Death cards are not as scary as people make them out to be. They're actually usually life-changing situations that really end up pushing us and propelling us towards the betterment of ourselves. And this Chariot card's here as the sort of ultimate outcome of what could potentially happen this month for those Virgos that are really paying attention and like sort of lean into this Tower moment, is it might just catapult you into something totally different that you weren't expecting, put you on a whole new path, and this Chariot will carry you there, but you have to trust it. So let me set that down and look at what the other outside influence is. So if shit starts falling apart, guys, comment and let me know. The other outside influence is this is the Seven of Wands. Okay, now this other Wands card you have is the Six of Wands, which is kind of where you're going to be operating from most of the month of August, is in this place of trying to trust everything that's going on around you. This Seven of Wands, I think, is an outside influence or an outside energy that's sort of, it's courage. It's sort of I want to say like, I don't know, the energies, our spirit guides, the universe trying to give us the courage, the opportunity to have the courage, the strength, our own spiritual strength, reminding us of our own spiritual strength. This Tower moment might be exactly what we need so that it helps us to build this courage. It helps us to build this connection to ourselves. It helps us to strengthen this trust in ourselves on a spiritual level so that no matter what we deal with, we know that we can get beyond it, we can get past it, we can actually fly past it in the Chariot. We can direct ourselves to our next thing that will be better. This setback card says to me that these setbacks are actually repositioning you to a place where you will be better, but you have to believe it. You have to go after it. You have to like get in the, I want to say this, excuse my language, but get in the fucking car and drive, Virgos. Like, don't pussyfoot. If shit starts to fall apart, go with it. Like, get in the Chariot and get your ass out of there. You know, you can trust in yourself. You have the courage. These are opportunities to find the courageousness within yourself and within your own spirit, and the trust within your own self and the strength within your own self to move yourself forward and away from these experiences that like aren't necessarily serving you, or you don't necessarily want to be a part of anymore. And that's maybe those false starts that I was feeling, or that sort of resistance is just like, we kind of are maybe doing things that we've known aren't working. Does that make sense? Okay, only because this setback card means that I know that there's been some setbacks previous to this Tower thing that might be showing up in the month of August. We've had a couple of other Tower experiences, I feel like, and we're sort of denying them. The Virgos are like trying to go like, oh no, I can deal with it. And that's the thing too, y'all are earth signs. Y'all put up with some major shit, like the Taurians, the Virgos, the Capricorns. Y'all can carry a heavy load on your shoulders and not give two flyers about what else, you know, how much work is involved. But the thing is you put those blinders on, and the next thing you know, you're in this like, you know, hot mess of a situation that's forcing you to change, right? That's forcing you to trust. That's forcing you to find courage within yourself. Now this next card is what I call sort of the potential outcomes. And what I mean by that is like, barring that nothing major changes and the energy stays the same, this card is potentially what's going to be the sort of culmination of the month of August for you. This is your highest good, right? This is like sort of the utmost greatest thing that could happen in August, but this is the more than likely what's going to happen in August if nothing major changes. Now, if this is a negative card, it's not set in stone, it's a potential outcome. So we have free will, we have free choice. This card can be used as a warning right now to let us know that, uh-oh, this is coming. We need to like do something different. Or if this is a beneficial card and a card we want to have come to pass, then this card, we don't really necessarily have to change much other than, you know, trust and be courageous and move forward through these situations and know that we're being guided. And hopefully we find our way into this Chariot card and we move through these situations quickly and away from them quickly onto something better. So this card is the Balance card. I like this card as your sort of overall outcome card. I do feel like there's still a little bit of hiding, a little bit of like keeping things status quo, but I do feel like it feels like you're in more control, that you're in more of a decision-making place than you might be in the beginning of the month. Towards the end of the month, you're actually going to be feeling a little bit more in control, a little bit more balanced. This diamond makes me think that there's going to be some financial gain probably for some of you Virgos in this month. But it's going to be all hinged on like kind of everything sort of remaining, you know, exactly like this, balanced, you know, on perfectly, right? And again, this says to me, it requires you to trust that you can swing this and keep it balanced. The interesting thing I have to say that stands out to me in this reading for you guys is that you have two major arcanas, both as outcomes. One is the Chariot and one is Balance. Balance is similar to Temperance in the other card, in other decks. So this Chariot, it's like we have two choices of how to finish out this month. We either go like this slower, more temperate way of like kind of maybe trusting ourselves, but like, you know, in a very cautious kind of, ooh, let me not fuck this up too much kind of way. Or we go balls to the wall, we get in the Chariot and we are like, I'm out of here, dude, gotta go, bye, click and out. It's really up to you. But what it does say to me is that with this Tower card, which is also another major arcana, so August is going to be a heady month for you guys because out of 6 cards, 3 are major arcana, which means big lessons, big energy, big choices, that sort of thing. With this Tower card here, it does say to me that like you have the option, you get to choose how much you want to like sort of not suffer, but how much do you want to stick around in the mayhem of whatever is going on, whatever it is that you've been dealing with. There might be a little bit more of that on your plate this month in August. You're gonna be okay, Virgos. Like this Balance card says to me that even if you take the slower, steadier route, which some of you might opt for because you are Earth signs and you know, you're not afraid to sort of take it step by step and plan and be methodical. You're gonna get there. It's just you might be a little bit, you know, slower in the process. But if you want to get there faster, that option is there for you with this Chariot. You have to trust yourself and trust your intuition and your spiritual self. Trust your guides and God or whoever it is that you know believe to be sort of your higher power, or you know, if it's the universe, trust that it will take you where you need to go. But either way, you will get there. It's just a matter of how fast, I think, in the month of August. So I hope that resonates. Please leave a comment, a like, a share, a subscribe. Let me know if that does resonate for you. And if you like these, I will continue to do them. And if you want this, possibly see them weekly, I might consider doing that too. And any other ideas that you guys might have, make sure to read the description. I will put in a theme song for you guys for the month of August for you guys to turn to and turn on and turn up for inspiration when things get a little towery. All right, have a great night and thank you. Bye.